Hello, Kenmore staff. I hope that this webcast finds you all well on this lovely Tuesday. I am coming to you live from my office to let you know about the exciting weekend we have for those of you who are serving in the half-staff duty rotation. So for half-staff, there's a couple of different components that I want to talk about today. There is the duty portion, the programming portion, and then what an off night looks like. So for duty, it's going to be a standard duty rotation, which means that we've assigned you all ahead of time to serve on various duty nights. Duty is going to look like it does on weekends, which means you'll be doing rounds on 7, 10, midnight, and 2. Again, 7, 10, midnight, and 2 is when you'll be performing your rounds. In addition, we also hope that you all will hold office hours from 7 to 10 p.m. after you do your first set of rounds. So during those office hours, residents will be able to stop by. So again, standard duty, it'll look like a weekend duty. In terms of the hours, it'll be from 7 to 7 on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday it'll be from 7 to 8:30 a.m. On Wednesday, it'll also be from 7 to 8:30 a.m. So it's going to look very similar. The biggest change in duty is that you'll need to do weekend duty rotations on every night of duty. We also ask that while you're on duty that you do not wear costumes. While it might be awesome to be Mario or Luigi or Princess Peach or anyone like that, it's going to be really awkward if you have to document a situation like that. So we're going to ask, and this is department-wide, that you do not wear costumes. If you'd like to wear a shirt that has a candy corn on it or a pumpkin or something like that, that's totally fine. But again, no costumes, and most importantly, please no masks. We want to make sure that residents can see your faces. In terms of duty, what that's going to look like, in terms of other responsibilities, while you're doing rounds, if you happen to come across an incident and it's like 2 and you still haven't done your 2 o'clock rounds because you're still finishing up with midnight, at that point you can call your other half staff members and have them step in and assist you with that. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with the response rate or there's a lot of different calls coming in, that's what half staff is for. You'll be able to contact the other 3 people who are on half staff duty and have them help you out. In terms of who's assigned to Halloween duty, I'm going to go ahead and give you that list because I have it right now. So everyone get ready to take note of what nights you are on duty. So on the 26th, we have Greg and Evan. On the 27th, we have Danielle and Seth. On the 28th, we have Alyssa and Greg. And on the 31st, we have Evan and Alyssa. So those are the nights that you'll be serving as a duty person. The other component of serving on the half-staff rotation is programming. As much as we want to make sure that we have a full duty rotation and that everyone is available and ready to respond, we also want to make sure that we are having alternative programs for all of our residents. So for programming, we realize that this is somewhat last minute because we've been having staff meetings, the fall break, and everything. This is really the first chance we've got to communicate this information to you all. So for programming, we're going to ask that you come up with a program that's simple yet maybe has some sort of educational component, but most of all is social and fun. This could be anything from cookie decorating or pumpkin painting to something like a movie night or educational information that can be passed out in the various lobbies. So just a little something to engage residents, to give them an alternative for their weekend plans that might be Halloween themed or might just be a fun social. If you need ideas for what that can look like, you can go ahead and contact me in Charity. So you can also request supplies for this. Usually we have a 5-day rule, but because we're asking you to do this on a Tuesday, we're going to ask that you get together with your programming partners and that you give Cherry and I a list by Thursday at 5 p.m. so we can get you the supplies for your program. We also recognize that you might not have time to put this into Think Tank, so we ask that you please do put the program into Think Tank, but you do it retroactively, which means that you have up until a week after your programming night to submit to Think Tank, just so we have it already confirmed and approved. And also, please do let Charity and me know what you're planning on doing when you request the shopping list, so that way we know what you're doing, we know that you're doing cookie decorating, or we know you're doing pumpkin painting, or any other idea that you have, just so that way we are aware. So without further ado, I'm going to let you all know what nights you'll be programming. So our programmers for the 26th will be Alyssa and Danielle. Our programmers for the 27th will be Greg and Evan. Our programmer for the 28th will be Seth. And then our programmers for the 31st will be Danielle and Seth. So if you're not on duty and you're not programming, you might be asking, what am I supposed to be doing that night? Well, I'll tell you. Every staff member has at least one night where they'll be doing an off night. And what that means is that you are required to be back in your building at 10 p.m. So we hope that you'll be in the area to respond, but at 10 p.m., on the dot, we're going to need you back in the area in your room and ready to respond, which means that you'll have at least one night where you're on half staff where you don't need to worry about consistently being called. It's a nice full night to yourself, but the expectation still is that you'll be in the area at 10 p.m. Again, it's not where you're not on duty and you're not programming. Everyone has one night. So again, to recap, we have duty, programming, and off nights are the 3 roles that you could be filling. Everyone is at least doing 3 nights where they have something, whether that be duty or programming, and then everyone has 1 night where they're not doing anything, but they do need to be in the area at 10 p.m. A couple little extra tidbits about what Halloween half-staff duty might look like. Charity and I will be also on half-staff, so we'll be in the area ready to respond should something occur. Your first and foremost call should always be to the South Zone duty phone. But if the South Zone duty phone directs you to us, or you're not able to get through, or have a really urgent concern, you can feel free to contact us, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the dates in which we are on call. So on the 26th and 31st, you can contact me. Yay! And I'll be happy to respond to any concerns that you have. On the 27th or 28th, you can contact Charity, and that's her. And I'm not sure where she is in the room, so I'm just going to point, and hopefully I point at her at some point. Anyway, so you can feel free to contact us should you run into any problems. But again, we do ask that you contact the South Zone duty phone first and foremost as your staff. In terms of what half-staff might look like otherwise, we don't really expect it to look different than any other duty night, except we want to make sure we have plenty of alternative programs going on, which is why we have that programming piece. And we want to make sure that we're ready to respond to any duty or incident at all that occur in the area. For people who are on half-staff, just be ready to respond. Again, you might not get a call at all if it's a quiet evening, and that's totally okay. Or you might get a call that says, hey, we need you to come help finish this round, or hey, we're in the middle of an incident, but we have another call. Could you go take care of it? So just let everyone be a team player. Be ready to help, be ready to serve, and be most of all ready to help make our experience for students super awesome. So that is it for me in terms of what half-staff duty looks like. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, or feel free to ask Charity since she's right there. Otherwise, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your staff meeting. Sorry I couldn't be there. And happy Halloween. Bye.